Eric Anthony, has emerged the winner of the Next Titan Nigeria Season 9 tagged The Game Changer. Eric, who's a promising young entrepreneur and a dedicated audio-visual creator from Delta State and also a graduate of the University of Lagos, was declared the winner and was awarded the sum of 20 million naira after battling against four other runners-up who went with consolation prizes at the grand finale. The four runners-up include Chioma Ukpabi, who is the first runner-up with a consolation prize of 2.5 million naira, Praise Ojobo, who is the second runner-up with a 1.5 million naira prize, Olamipo Oladunjoye, who came in third with 1 million, and Nkechi Nwiteze. Now, the season 9 of the show recorded over 20,000 entries, and auditions took place in Abuja, Port Harcourt, Enugu, and Lagos, from which the top 18 made it to the Titan House, where they lived together for 10 weeks, carrying out different business challenges and tasks, and with weekly boardroom evictions. Anthony joins us now to relive his experience as we look forward after his winnings. Great to have you. Congratulations.
Good to be here. Thank you so much.
No problem. So how did this change your life, knowing that you emerged the top, emerged number one, and 20,000 people, were looking to secure the spot, but it was you. How has this changed?
So, I've always felt that I was a bit special, right? But going into the house and actually, dealing with those tasks every week showed me a different side of myself. It showed me that I could do anything, right? And I think that goes for everybody that was in that house with me. So I'm basically coming out feeling like I can do anything, nothing is impossible, and I feel like that's just a great energy to have outside.
I just wanted to ask you about the mindset. So obviously, we just answered that. But what were the shortcomings or challenges of the competition? How, in your view, they could be addressed? Because definitely there would be some you've noticed.
You mean like in the space of working?
Yes, working within that space.
So, I think one thing that we all had to overcome was being able to collaborate effectively. Because you're thrown in the house with a bunch of people that you've never met before, different mindsets, different fields. So first of all, we had to first overcome that ability to collaborate. It's not something that is very popular in Nigeria, I would say, right? Entrepreneurs tend to want to work independently. But we overcame that, and then everybody was pretty cool with that after. Yeah.
Now, I know that this is open to literally anyone who has an entrepreneurial idea.
Yes.
I'm just wondering if you think that the process of getting people involved in this should be scrutinized based on the interactions that you had. You could say no, but I'm just wondering if you would improve or take away from the selection process.
So I would definitely say we could improve, right? Because I feel like more people should be, aware of this. It's something that every entrepreneur in Nigeria should be aware of. So 20,000 is a good number, but I think we can do way more. We can do 100,000. We can get more people to be more aware about this. So if anything that gets more numbers, it's definitely welcomed.
I'm talking about the criteria, though.
Oh, the criteria.
Yes, please.
So walk me through. You mean the criteria as part?
I know that it's open to anyone, but I'm saying, do you think that should be the case based on the interactions you had? Would you say there was a gap in terms of mindsets based on the interactions with those you had in the house?
I see what you're saying.
So, for instance, if you pair someone who like the accidental logistics guy we had, and then you also have someone who probably is into plumbing, but it's a level playing field, would you adjust that?
No, I wouldn't. I would say anyone should be welcome, because great ideas are great ideas regardless of if they've been started or not. So I would say anybody should be welcome. I like the way they're doing it, and I think that's the way to do it.
When you say you like the way they're doing it, what would you say about those that were evicted in terms of fairness on the part of the organizers? Do you think that they went too hard on them regarding, well, you emerged out of it. You scaled through.
So I think as soon as I got into the house with, the 17 others, I told the people that I could tell that, look, we're all here for something. One person's going to win 20 million naira, but we're all here to win something, right? So in terms of eviction, I wouldn't say the people that were evicted, they were not good enough. They were all great, fantastic people, fantastic entrepreneurs. I would say the judges had to just really take a look at people that have something to offer right now that would be beneficial to the society and, people that have the ability to scale up right now. And I think they did a pretty good job. The top 5 were all fantastic entrepreneurs.
How have your opportunities changed since you emerged winner of this?
I mean, it's been just a week, but within that week, I have been able to network with a bunch of people. Like right from the finale, I had people walk up to me. I had interactions that meant greater things for my company. I meant greater things for just the society in general. So I'm looking forward to crystallizing on all of that, and it's something that is working great.
All right, I hope I'm not punching below the belt if I ask what plans for the 20 cool million we have here.
I've had to say that a bunch of times. I've had to say that. So my company, On Fire Studios, we're doing pretty well already. We're creating a lot of great content that are actually impacting lives. Because the thing is, we're not just making videos, we're trying to show people that there's actually a hidden power to videos. And I'm sure you'd agree with me because that's what you do every day, right? So we're trying to put that out there. So with this 20 million, we're going to scale up. We're going to have an actual studio, an academy where we can bring in young people to come learn the skills, learn creative skills at very young ages, right? We want to see male, female, young, old people pick up these great skills that allow them change their lives and also change the lives of people around them. So that's the start, and that's something I'm looking forward to getting started on.
Without making you look like Oliver Twist. Besides the 20 million and also the money that was given to those who came first runner-up and so on and so forth, would you like to see more support from this titans what that they provide to those who you probably emerge top, let's just say top 10%, give or take? Would you like to see more support given besides the financial aspect?
Yes.
Based on what you've experienced so far?
Yes, so I think that what they're trying to do this season is pretty fantastic because we had a conversation with the producer, the executive producer, Mr. Mide, and he's open to trying to plug us into places where we need to be, not just the winners, even people that have been long evicted. So he's open to trying to plug us in where we need to be. Basically, everybody that's been to the house needs to succeed, right? And he's really doing a great job trying to put us in those places. So I think they're doing a pretty good job this year, and I just hope that those little connections crystallize for all of us, right? And we're all not bothered about 20 million, We're looking for greater things.
All right. Earlier on, we were talking about, in terms of public awareness of this competition and how it resonates with Nigerians regarding that. But I would also like to know, your thoughts on startups such as yours. How is that impacting on the Nigerian economy so far? You've been given a head start with this money.
Yes.
So people who don't have as much opportunity as you, what advice would you have for them?
I mean, I would say you have to be really resilient in whatever you're doing, right? Whatever idea it is, whatever business, whatever model it is, just be resilient. The Nigerian economy is blooming with opportunities, right? There's a lot of things that we could all be doing. So I would say be resilient and just have the passion. Know that whatever you're doing, hold that passion and be resilient. Don't let anybody tell you, oh, this is not the right one. Because somebody told me that when I was starting out too, this is not the right one. But look, we're here. And then I had great people tell me that my idea was great. So I'll say be resilient, keep to your passion and work hard. Because in this 10 weeks, I had to wake up every Tuesday and go get it. I had to wake up every day with that energy and just keep that. So just keep that energy, whatever you're doing.
Now, we had a guest earlier on who just said, he woke up and he just started with accidental logistics. He's doing pretty well. For someone who's watching you now and is like, 20 million, thank God for you. And they have no clue, no idea what to venture into. If you could suggest any industry that, based on the interactions that you had in the house and what you've also, seen in the past week, what would you say is an untapped area or one that's not reached its full potential? What sector would you say?
That would still be my sector, right? Because that would still be my sector because I see so much potential. We're doing so much already. The creative sector, we're doing so much already. But there's still more. There's still more that we can do. And I feel like every day there's more people coming up with great ideas. It's limitless. the creative field. It's plugged into everything. Everybody needs something from us. So I would say get into the creative field, basically.
Still talking about creativity and then the issue of technology here. So how do we, that's going well right now. So
Yes,
what
it
are your
is.
thoughts on that?
Yeah, so definitely. I mean, I feel like you can't do one without the other. To create technology, you need to be creative to know what technology needs to be created, right? And to also be creative, you need technology to create those, those creations. So I think we're in a time where these things are really syncing up pretty nicely. I'm looking forward to when we all start to explore, different ways of passing information, different ways of communicating with one another. And I think it's coming. It's already here. So it's something that is doing pretty well now, and yeah.
So what are the limitations, say, in terms of, is it the human or, in terms of what you have in terms of the technology itself, based on what you want to apply them for?
So I would say right now it's just getting the right trainings.
Okay.
Right? People want to pick up these skills, but I think it's still difficult to find out where to pick up the skills from, right? You still have to talk to somebody. They don't have one direct guideline to just get that done. So I would say if people can access this information a bit easier, we'll be doing really great in the economy. Yeah.
Very good.
You mentioned you called him Mr. Mide, who was trying to connect, basically almost everyone or anyone who passed through this process.
Fantastic.
But I'm wondering, if you could suggest collaborative effort between, the Titans and some other organization to make things probably smoother, because of course no one is an island.
Yes.
Which would you like to see? Which would you recommend, just off the top of your head?
I mean, you mean as opposed to without the sponsors that they currently have?
Yes.
Okay, so I would say I think they need to be on air a bit more. So I would look for a media collaboration that gives them more airtime, more time for people to see what's going on, for people to see what young entrepreneurs are doing with their time, So I would say a media collaboration would do pretty nicely.
Okay, going into the next season, what are your thoughts there, for the organizers, and what you make of it, learning from your experience?
Yes. So I think my season, we're pretty great. I feel like my season has been a sort of set.
You're in it.
I feel like we've raised the bar a bit. So I mean, I've heard a few things that might be coming next season, and they sound pretty exciting. In terms of the quality of the contestants, that's where they need to pay attention to now, because they've had us and we did so well, right? They now need to look for the next level, the next changer, the next game changer. No longer the game changer, the next level, type of entrepreneurs now. So once they pay attention to the type of entrepreneurs, I think the show would just fly itself, really. Yeah.
I'm still going back to that, because you talked about the selection process. I feel like there's more that you might want to address regarding that.
Okay.
What do you think it should be more thorough? A bit. I know it's open to everybody, and I asked you this earlier, but you just mentioned it now, and I feel like I still want to poke that. What would you include in the selection process, based on what has happened in your season?
Okay. So I would say, let's pay attention to the character of some of the entrepreneurs, right? I know it's one thing to have a great business idea, it's one thing to be a successful businessman and run it right, but I feel like maybe character wasn't paid attention to a little bit, so if they could pay attention to character, because then once you throw people in the house, they're stuck with you, you're stuck with them, and but character, I would just say character.
Yeah, stuck with you, but you made headway at the end of the day. All right, on that note, Eric Anthony, a winner, the next Titan Nigerian Season 9. It's good to have you on New Stage.
Thank you so much.